I know you're gonna dig this. Welcome to the Past, Present, and Future Show with your host, Ragnar Nathaniel.
Past, Present, and Future Show, y'all. I have my special guest coming on today. Oh man, this is a 3-part series. This guy's life is like a movie. Oh my God. But hey, when he come back, wait till y'all hear this guy's story. And make sure y'all have y'all kids watching this show, y'all young mans. And I need y'all to see this. And I'll be right back with my guest. Welcome back, y'all, to the Past, Present, and Future Show. Like I said, I have a great guest today, y'all. This is a 3-part series. This is about this guy's life. I want y'all to put y'all hand together for my guest, Mr. Nate Robinson. Yes, sir. What's up, brother Nate?
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Oh man. Everything is everything, man. Yeah. You know, my name is Nate Robinson, but not the basketball player. No affiliation.
If you see this guy, you can tell he's not like a football player. Oh man, so how you been, man? Doing this quarantine, man? What been up with that?
Oh man, you know, sir. So currently, not working because it's a quarantine, whatever. So I'm just going to grocery store. A lot of family time with the kids. My work schedule is so crazy, so it's a blessing to have the opportunity to hang with the kids more than normal. So I really enjoyed that. Did a lot of catching up time, so it was cool.
Oh, so you back at work? I see then, I guess.
Yeah. We just started the training process. You know, pretty much taking baby steps and going into the full production part, which start the 18th of May.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I go back Monday myself. I'm not ready to go back.
Yeah.
I'm not ready at all. But we know it's gonna be a time we have to go back though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I said we're gonna sit up here and talk about your life, man. And you had a amazing life, my brother. And I just want to know more about it. What was it like you growing up in low income home and on the east side, right? You grew up on the east side, right?
East side, yeah. My playground was the Mac and Van Dyke, Gratiot and Van Dyke, Mac and Bewick area, Mac and Mount Elliott, Jefferson and the Boulevard, Jefferson and Van Dyke. That was my jurisdiction over in that area right there.
Oh wow, you were the runaway mutt.
Oh man, I was living everywhere, man. I'm well known in my era. I was living everywhere.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, man. But so how was growing up in the hood though? You know, cause we're not gonna reveal too much today. Cause like I said, it's a 3-part. We want to gradually go through this. You know, I want them to have something to wait on for the next show. You know what I'm saying? I just want a little bit of how it was with your parents growing up, you and your siblings, and you know, from the poverty part of it.
Yeah. So most definitely. So I grew up on like I said, on the east side, Mac and Van Dyke area. So my mom had a single parent home. My mom, my pops, he was running the streets, Mac and Bewick area. He really wasn't around like that. My mom never wanted a part-time father figure. You can't be full-time. She won't let you around. So pretty much it was me, my mom, and my sister. My pops, he had kids everywhere. Pops was a Rolling Stone, you know.
Wow.
So, yeah, Pops had babies everywhere, man. So, but my mom was just me, my sister, just us, and it was tight, you know, because My mom didn't really have transportation, so we caught the bus a lot, man, and
Okay.
that was our main transportation, man. We caught the bus, every inch of Detroit. We was on the bus line, man. Even when we were grocery shopping, man, we had like
Wow.
6-7 bags of groceries in each hand riding the bus. If we couldn't find a jitney, we got on the bus, So that
Wow.
was cool.
But I tell you what, man, that's the power of a mother, man. That mother gonna take care of their kids on some real stuff. See, I was fortunate, man, to have mama and dad in the home. 8 boys and 3 girls. We all was in the home, man. And I don't know how it is not having that's the mother and that's, you know what I'm saying? But cause my father passed away first. I was in my 20s. I was old enough to understand death at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow, man. Yeah, but look, I'm going to take a break right now. We're going to come back, man. I got some more questions I want to ask you, man. And I think these young teenagers need to hear some of this.
I need to know. Am I good, man? Tell me that. I mean, that's something that's been, troubling my spirit for a minute. I need to know. Straight up. Look, something I tend to ask myself often. Am I a good man or all my ways are awful? My past seem to follow me though on my head. A changed man, but the old me stuck in my head. Angel on my right shoulder, devil on my left. I know the wages of sin equals out the death. I'm wise cause the once was a fool. Came to a point in my life where I had to improve. Not trying to let my weakness get the best of me. My flesh versus my spirit will fight my enemies wanna see. So now they on the corner selling wolf tickets. Scheming and plotting on the end with the wicked. And why they wanna stick me for my riches? Cause I work hard to get it and they hate to see me in it. So now I'm armed up, case ish gets the fan. Taking matters in my own hands. Am I a good man? I need to know. It's real mission. Dear Lord, can you tell I'm a good man? Streets. Won't brag about my past, just know that I'm certified. Thinking things over as I flash back on my life. Can truly say I'm blessed, plenty of testimonies. Throughout my time, I done lost a lot of my homies. I'm in these streets every day of the week. I mean, man, it's like the local news is a horror film. Sad to see tragedies repeating itself. And when you end it, don't let me be one of the many that's left the road to heaven's narrow. Hell's highways wide. Praying to God when I die, I get eternal life. A lot of things I ain't happy with, but the greatest lesson taught through experience. Tried to feed snakes a couple times and got bit. Stuck my hands in the fire, got burnt a little bit. Ain't nothing that an antibiotic will help heal. I'm what the doctor ordered, but still feel I'm out of order. And I need to know. Something that been following me throughout all my years. Straight up, Lord, I need to know. Beating myself up, feel like I got no answer yet. Plenty of times I had to suffer that consequence. Maybe right in my eyes, knowing my heart is wrong. Stubborn as a kid, worse now that I'm grown. Am I lacking knowledge and wisdom, understanding the chances to come to a good man who follow instructions in the world, but it's hard not to be of it. Money, cars, clothes, yeah, we all love it. What we do when the private should come to public. Food for the soul, it could be the last supper. So let it stick to your ribs. Is this the right way of life, how I live? Or maybe your head could be your dead end. Adrenaline rush from dangling on the edge. Seem like I'm living the game of Russian roulette. From the outside, take a look in. Am I a good man?
Back, y'all, to Past, Present, and Future. Your host, Rodney Nathaniel. Like I said, I'm on the phone with Brother Nate Robinson, y'all. This guy have a 3-part series with me, and I want to thank God for giving me the chance to do this. And he could have went with anyone else, but this life here is like a movie, and that's why I got the theme up there, movie theme. His life is just like that. And brother Nate, so we stopped there talking about your neighborhood you grew up in, but what type of setback and experience you had, coming up?
So the setbacks I had, the first I'll start with is, my mom being a single parent. I didn't really have any male figures around me at that time in my life. So my mom had to play the man role and the mother role, and she tried to make the best decisions that she could for a young man growing up without having a father figure in my life. So I played a lot of sports, and I was fortunate to be friends with an outstanding basketball player named Brandon Cotton. We were like childhood friends. We grew up, I think, probably since second grade. And his grandmother stayed right behind my home. She stayed right behind me, and because of what he created, he always made sure that I was a part of whatever he had going on in the sports world. So I played a lot of basketball with him, and it actually got me a little spotlight later on down the line. But it was a lot of things that I couldn't do. My mom was, as being a single mother, you'd be a little insecure at certain things. So my buddy Brandon Cotton, he was traveling to different basketball tournaments in different states. And my mom wouldn't allow me to leave the state. So I could never get that type of exposure I needed that he got, and the other guys on the team that he brought with him have gotten. So I couldn't go to Nike tournaments. I couldn't go to other little tournaments that he picked me to go with him. And my mom she just wasn't comfortable with that, me traveling like that, and also her not having the extra funds to put in my pocket. Even though we didn't need any money, they were going to take care of everything. But you know how it goes. You don't want to. She want to make sure that her child can have food. I can buy food or buy a ticket back home if I have to.
Right.
And then back then, of course, like it is today, you had coaches touching kids, so she was a little worried about that as well. So I missed a lot of opportunities as far as sports goes, traveling to other states to get exposure. Even in the track field, I was one of the top track stars in the state, the recreational league, and they had like a recreational championship tournament in Lansing, Michigan, which is about an hour and a half from Detroit.
So what age was that from?
This was around, I would say, between 12 and 14 years old.
Okay.
When I had this sports thing going for traveling and things like that, and I couldn't travel a lot, so I couldn't go to the Lansing track meets because it was just too far, and the money wasn't there for her comfort. So I missed out a lot of opportunities in getting the exposure I needed in the sports world. It's not her fault. It's just that, a single mom, being the man in the household and being the mother of the household, father and mother, you try your best to make the right decisions, and I understand, she just couldn't take any chance for her only son,
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So what about your friends? How was your friends? You had good friends. All the company you keep was good company.
Well, you know what? Growing up, I had a little crew of childhood friends growing up, and those guys are still around today. But we all pretty much living our own lives. So, the childhood friends would come over, we'd play sports together, play football, play basketball, things like that, like any other childhood would experience. But as you get older, people live their lives differently. Everybody's spread out. But one thing I can say is that my childhood friends who I grew up with, we still on talking terms. We're still Facebook friends.
Okay.
We just live in different lives, man. And of course, my best friends from childhood is not my closest friends in my adult life, but we're still neutral, and we still keep up with each other through social media.
So were you able to help your mom with money, whatever? And how do you earn money, if so?
So I was fortunate to meet a guy named Dave Smith. Dave Smith is He's a shareholder, part owner of a financial company called Hintz Financial. He's a board member, and when I met him, he was a young guy. He was up and coming in the financial institution. He was growing. At that when I met him, he was still a little guy, and he was one of my childhood buddies named Jonathan Finley. His stepdad at that time was co-workers with this guy named Dave Smith, and he asked my friend's stepdad that if he knew any kids who needed to earn some extra money. He had a lot of yard work that needed to be done in the middle class division known as Indian Village.
Okay, that's like in Burns area, Iroquois.
Yeah, big houses and
big
yard.
I know that area.
Yeah, so they were talking, and they thought it'd be a great idea to get the kids in the neighborhood some extra money. This guy was pretty much starting to slowly move up in the rankings, and he wanted to help out the community as well. So he offered for us to do summer work in his yard, to pretty much plant flowers, do the landscape, and keep up with the work. Okay. The kids who I grew up with, their mothers and fathers was living more fortunate, so they didn't stick with it long enough. They worked a few weekends and they pretty much gave up on it. But me, coming from the household I came from, a single mother with limited income, I was consistent with it, man. I made this my job, and I was probably around 14 years old, and I was consistent with the landscaping, man. I was so consistent with it. I gave myself a name. I called it Nate Scaping.
What? And, that's what's
I was dedicated, man. It felt good to get. I was only getting paid, but at 14 years old, I was getting a consistent like $100 every weekend. So for doing a lot of planting trees and putting mulch down and cutting and edging, and then the neighbors to him, they were interested in my work, so that I ended up working for the neighbors as well. Wow! So I was making some decent money at 14 years old, and it felt good to put eggs and bread into the refrigerator and milk and bring cereal home and help my moms out. So I felt like I was doing something, made me feel like I was making a difference.
Oh wow! So you had other friends working with you? If so, let me just take this break right quick. We're gonna come back, and I want to know more about your friends that you ran around with, you worked with back in the day, and I'll be right back, y'all.
Thoughts all lethal, hatred in my heart. Lost in the game, I've been blinded from the start. Born for success, I'm guaranteed to win. A lot of wrongdoings, God forgive me for my sins. Zero below weather, face cut by the wind. Did some good and some bad in these dirty old Timbs. Deep blue sea, pray and hope that you could swim. Bright side, looking up, I still got all my limbs. Tupac soul, Biggie Smalls pen, sights high. What I write could get us all a couple M's. Red Marlowe wine, fill it to the brim. On some fly pimp shit, room full of Lil' Kims. Smoke in my lungs, ammo for the guns. Insufficient funds symbolize where we from. Ain't nobody helping me, I choose my words carefully. Long story short, I'm a young black celebrity. Lost in my thoughts, bumping Frankie and Beverly. Mazed, they amazed, say my flow's so heavenly. Police and detectives wanna stick me with a felony. My blood in the street and let the wolves have what's left of me. I'm gone away from home, mind of my own. Just know that I'ma get it, got that grind in my bones. People wanna preach, tell them leave me alone. I'm sorta hard to reach, I'm in a whole nother zone. Long way from home, mind of my own. Just know that I'ma get it, got that grind in my bones. People wanna preach, tell them leave me alone. I'm sorta hard to reach, I'm in a whole nother zone. Ain't concerned with being famous. When judgment day come, I'm just praying that he save us. Borrow sugar like a neighbor, then return it later. Everybody hate the greatest, then wonder why they ain't made it. Hustle since teenagers, next tales ain't seen pages. Wrote rhymes on clean pages, unload on these stages. Whole crowd waving in love with he's saying. Girls hitting them with favors. Establishing relations, went from cracking them jokes in class, laughing the most. From the bottom of the totem pole to top of the vote, from spitting rap flows. I swear Detroit ain't been the same since Farmer Jack closed. State troopers in front to let me know the trap closed. It was a scandal. God never put you in nothing you can't handle. Working with the scraps handed, now he a handful.
Present, and Future. I'm on the phone with Brother Nate Robinson, y'all. We talking about his life, man. We got a 3-part series. I mean, y'all got to hear all 3. He's a good kid now. This still gonna get crazy. But brother Robinson, tell me this. With your friends you had, I mean, how was y'all life together, working together? Do you have any working with you or something like that? Are y'all still good today? How did that go?
Well, yeah. So, and I said that they end up branching off because, as far as the landscaping goes, because they were real. We were all kids, but they were actually living a kid life. So I had to grow up a little bit faster because my mom was a single parent, independent on her own, and I felt like I couldn't look forward to my mom. I knew that it was selfish of me to always expect a lot from her when she already had a lot to do by herself. So I had to take this little hustle serious. So I turned what was a hustle into a full-time job, and my buddies, they pretty much just went back to the sports, and we pretty much just I did the working thing, and then after I got done working in the yards, then I hooked up with them, and we had like a little organization going on. We had like we would play basketball on the basketball courts, then we would start playing baseball, and then we go from baseball to football. I had a full-time job, I had a full-time life with working in yards and playing with the friends, things like that. At that time I didn't grow up with friends where I didn't have friends that were like backstabbers and set you up and get you killed at that point in my life. We was real kids, and everyone's doing good. Everyone is doing good. I got one buddy. He's going through transition, but he'll be all right. He's gonna come out on top. My childhood buddy Steve Garden. He'll be out soon. He's gonna do really well, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to help him when he get out. And then got another childhood friend named Darren Wesley. We call him Dada. He's a good guy, and he's doing really good. He's a good father, and he got a good family, good support system. He's doing really good. My homeboy Jonathan Finley, he's married now. He has children. He's doing really good too. So everybody's doing pretty good. Everybody's working. Everybody's balanced. And my closest buddy's name was Willie Kitchen. Willie Williams. The Kitchens in Williams.
Okay.
And on Chill. He was one of my childhood buddies too, man. And he actually one of the guys who actually motivated me.
Oh, that was definitely ask you about your mentor. You have any mentors? And he was one?
Check this out, man. This is crazy. I want people to understand, people's always watching you, man. I don't care how old you are. People always watch you. My mentors, believe it or not, this is crazy. This people, I won't call them mentors. I call them influencers.
Okay.
And the people who influenced me to actually get into the work field, or that actually embedded work ethics in me, was not only my mom, but it was actually younger kids. So I had a buddy named Eugene, man. Eugene's still out here doing the thing. Eugene had limited education, but the kid knew how to get money. When I met Eugene, I probably was like in the probably like the third grade, and he was fixing his bicycle. And another guy named Thomas Gann, he was another influencer as a young man. That cause I didn't have no male figures around me. I didn't have father figures or male figures, so I had to pick up what I could pick up by watching other people. And my work ethics actually came from these two guys. It came from Eugene and Thomas. And Thomas introduced me to Eugene. We were like third grade, and
wow.
Eugene was fixing his bicycle. And we was talking, and I said, "What you about to do, Eugene?" Eugene said, "I'm about to get some more money." I said, "I'm about to get some money." I said, "What you mean by money?" He pulled out, man, this kid's a third grader, man. He pulled out probably like $500.
Wow.
And I was like, "Damn, look at all that money. We got all that money from." And Thomas, he had about $300-400 in his pocket, and they're in third grade. And all they were doing was riding their bicycles through the middle class divisions and raking leaves.
Wow.
Raking leaves and painting porches, and they were just hustling in positive ways. And that inspired me. That inspired me a lot. I said, I want to get money like that. I want to get money. And they weren't doing nothing illegal, and they were just pretty much hustling, man. And I said, I need money, and that will put that whole work mentality inside of me, just watching them make big money. And they were kids, babies, man, and they were out here hustling on their own. And to this day, like I said, Eugene had limited education. And to this day, Eugene, he out here probably making $100,000 a year to this day. A true entrepreneur. He worked and he hustled legally. And he got his hand a little bit in everything, man. Riding Range Rovers and everything, man. And this guy, he like they say, who you are today is who you are tomorrow. And them guys both, Thomas had a couple bumps in the road, but hey, he's still on his mission. He's still doing his thing. He's still getting money legally. Wow. So these guys, man, they were blessed with this entrepreneurship at a young age, man, and they're capitalizing on it today.
Wow. Yeah, man, but I'm going to take another break. But when we come back, man, I want to know when it got rocky for you. When you start being that badass kid. Or when you got older, you start being, I don't know what age you started being rough. The way but we going to talk about that when I come back. All right?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Nigga, I'm a hustler.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Never been a customer. Got out the mud, and I ain't have to sell drugs. Nigga, I'm a hustler. Never been a customer. Got out the mud, and I ain't have to sell drugs. I move like a drug dealer. Nigga think I'm selling drugs. The way I live my life, you only get one, I'ma live it to the fullest. Nigga, I'm the realest. I got all my niggas eating. Like the Last Supper, boy, I got a tummy ache, I'm shitting on these haters. Diarrhea flow, I got your bitch on the floor. Getting carpet burn, now these niggas wanna burn me. Never burn bridges, so the fat gon' ride for me like that nigga dope boy, they are doing like Ricky. Boys in the hood, boy, I came a long way. From that focus hope, I always had hope. See my dream before I had them, boy, I love life. Make myself a boss, I ain't never got a handout. Got my own too, I don't owe a nigga shit. Not even the toilet, nigga, call me anime. The way I get this cake, nigga, call me anime. The way I get this cake, nigga, call me anime. Ay, yeah. Nigga, I'm a hustler. Never been a customer. Got out the mud, and I ain't had to sell drugs. Nigga, I'm a hustler. Never been a customer. Got out the mud, and I ain't have to sell drugs. You don't need a click when you self-sufficient. I never seen a boss that ask for permission. If it's business, I want the high percentage. Carjacking, fast beating with a hostage in it. Heard your new music, lot of line in your lyrics. I tell the truth and I don't give a fuck about who hear it. See it and listen, getting cheese by the minute. Taking trips, making flips like I'm in the Olympics. Victory lap running, see the line where I finish. Credit bad, overdrafts, I exceed the limit. Mad Max, helipad, lot of weed and women. High off life, feeling like I got the key to living. Real hustlers and criminals in my car log. Going hard cause I can't afford to fall off. Find a spot, remix the rock for resale. Blue tips, weed sales, won't get into detail. Nigga, I'm a hustler. Never been a customer. Got it out the mud, and I ain't had to sell drugs, nigga. Nigga, I'm a hustler. Never been a customer. Got it out the mud, and I ain't had to sell drugs. Chain.
Welcome back, y'all, to the past, present, and the future, y'all. Like I said, I'm on the phone with brother Nate Robinson, y'all. He talking about his life. This is a 3-part series. This is part 1. And before we went off the air, I was gonna ask him another question, but I have another question about mentors. I want to know more about your mentors.
Yeah, so I spoke about my influencers, which is my younger crew, Eugene and Thomas. Who's still out here doing big things. Very blessed young man, blessed fellas out here. So I really, what's crazy, man, as a childhood, little kid, man, my mentor was a television figure. It was basketball player great, Detroit Pistons great, Joe Dumars. And man, it was exciting to watch him play basketball on TV, man. It was amazing. Whenever he got the ball, and he was known for 3-point shots, man. And whenever he shoot the ball and he hit the basket, the crowd go crazy, and the announcer go, Joe Dumars. This is crazy, man. Man, I was fascinated by his game, man. I said I want to be just like Joe Dumars when I grow up, man, because he just was an awesome guy to watch. And then I finally met Joe Dumars. I finally met him. At this time, he was the president of basketball operations for the Detroit Pistons, and I was working at Comerica Park. I was an usher, and at this time, he was trying to recruit Tim Thomas. Martine Cleaves was already on the team, and other guy who was with him was I think his name Mike Curry. He was with him, and they came to the Tigers game, and I guess Joe Dumars was showing the city to Tim Thomas. He was trying to show him the city, take him out, show him a good time, and to get him to sign with the Pistons that he never did. And he came, and they came to my section, and I was working the Tiger Den sections, which is the upper class seating area. And Comerica Park is an open stadium, so you got birds, droppings, and all type of debris from outside blowing in. So the Tiger Den seats, they're really padded, cushioned seats. They're really nice area wooden seats. Okay. So I had to wipe those down. Uh-huh. Now, ushers, we rely on tips. So here comes Joe Dumars, Martine Cleaves, Tim Thomas, Mike Curry. They come to my section. And these guys are giants, and I see Joe Dumars for the first time in my life, face to face. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I don't know what to do. And he asked, "Hey man, you wipe these seats down for us, buddy?" I said, "No problem, Mr. Dumars." I wiped the seats down for him, real clean, real nice. And I got done, and Mike Curry whispered in Joe Dumars' ear and said, "Hey Joe, you're supposed to tip the kid, man." And I heard Joe Dumars tell Mike Curry, he said, "No, we're not supposed to tip them. They don't get tips."
Wow.
and I heard that. I got broke people out here, man. People who just barely making it to show their kids a good time at the park, tipping me $1 at least.
Wow.
And here my own black brother, my mentor, multi-millionaires standing around me, man, millionaires, and I couldn't get $1. Now, some people out there will say you shouldn't be expecting nothing from, they talk that crazy. You're not gonna be looking for nothing anyway. But it's just the whole the generosity concept of doing things. I'm a tipper myself, and I believe in giving back to those who work hard for it. So I wiped off a lot of bird dumping on your seat, and I couldn't get $1 for it.
Wow.
So I seen that stinginess, man. I said, man, this man is no mentor to me. This man is nobody who I want to call a mentor. If he can't tip a poor kid $1 for doing a little work for him,
right?
He said that's supposed to tip, but at that time, Comerica Park had regular workers and they had union workers, and union workers was allowed to accept tips. So he didn't. It just broke my heart, man, to see somebody of a blessed position able to make a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
$1, man, 50 cents, anything. Can help a poor child, and I didn't get nothing, man. So that changed my whole theory about him being a mentor. But ever since then, I really haven't had any more mentors.
I know that's right. But look at this. But when did it start going rough for you, and when you start getting older, as of your childhood, becoming an adult? How did all that change for you? How was your life then coming into adult life?
All that started after high school, and what happened was my sister got a scholarship to go to University of Michigan, and University of Michigan is really expensive. It was expensive to live there, and by the grace of God, she got a full ride financially to pay for her classes. It didn't pay for everything, so my mom still had to pay out money. My mom was retired on disability, and so she had to, pay out with money. And my sister was up there some days hungry, and my mom had to sacrifice. So I realized at that point in my life, I said, you know what? I need to really stop being so selfish and really be more considerate of the fact that my sister is at University of Michigan, which is also known as the Harvard of the Midwest, and I need to be more considerate and let my mom help my sister. I needed to find a way to help myself. And after high school, I was a little lost, and I was trying to find my way around, trying to figure things out. So I dipped and dabbed in the streets a little bit, trying to sell little weed and stuff like that, and nickel and dime back, and that really wasn't for me. So I really gave up on that pretty quick. And then there was actually times where I even thought about, robbing some liquor stores, things like that. It got pretty rough for me. It got pretty rough. Just trying to figure out what can I do to make some money without jeopardizing the welfare of my sister, or taking any more from my mom than what she was able to afford to put out. It was definitely a test.
So have you ever hit the streets and did any type of robbery or tried to, or anything like that?
Well, that was so my first incident with robbery was, and you know what, and God spoke really quick about His direction in my life, and so the first time was, it got to a point where I haven't had a haircut in 3 months. I pretty much was out here I try to go all these different temp services, try to get jobs different places. Nobody wasn't hiring, and then one day me and my buddy went to a job opportunity in Toledo. That's where the staffing agency was at, to get a job in Detroit. And we came back, and I didn't have no faith in that. I said, they're not going to call me back. I need to go out and get some money. So I ended up getting a shotgun. I had a couple guns that was under my mattress. I grabbed a shotgun.
Hey, hold up. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop right there because we run over our time, and I can't wait till our next interview to hear what happened. Oh my God, I cannot wait. We're gonna leave it just like this, all right? We're gonna leave it like this. It seems like you're gonna get bad. But we're on the phone right now with my brother Nate Robinson here, y'all. And he's a good guy now, but hey, this guy went through some stuff. That's why I'm telling his story. And that's why he gave me the chance to listen to his story. And this is not for me. This is for the teenagers out here who think they can beat the system or whatever the case might be. It's level to the thing here. It's all about being fear of God. I'm quite sure they're gonna end up being the outcome of this 3-part series. And brother Nate, I want to thank you for coming on my show, my brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. And just for the new listeners, this is Nate Robinson. No affiliation to basketball player Nate Robinson. We just got the same name. This is Nate Robinson from Detroit, Michigan.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, they see your picture. Yeah, brother Nate. Okay, I'll be getting back with you, and we got 2 more parts, and it's gonna get so deep. Oh my God, some of the stuff he told me. Yes. Thanks a lot for calling in, Nate.
No problem. Thank you.
Alrighty, see you.
Peace.
Yes, y'all. We're just on the phone with brother Nate Robinson. This is Past, Present, and Future, where God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Peace. Don't forget to like.
I know you're gonna dig this. Welcome to the Past, Present, and Future Show with your host, right now, Nathaniel. I know.